these last 2 weeks, I corrected a bad habit of mine. I've been sleeping a whole lot better. And the reason I've been sleeping a whole lot better was that one night I fell asleep, and I happened to have my YouTube channel tuned to some kind of documentary, and it was talking about how bats carry all sorts of diseases like COVID-19, like SARS-1, like MERS. And the reason that bats don't get sick is because they fly, and it impacts their immune system in some way. And I heard this in my sleep, and I dreamt that myself and a bunch of other people, we had gone to this open field with these big industrial fans that were blowing hundreds of miles an hour, and then we flapped our wings to fly in order to cure the COVID-19 virus. And as soon as when I woke up the next day, and it just felt really refreshing. That wasn't the only story that I picked up on. It felt really refreshing because I felt like I had digested that story a whole lot better. So lately, I've been turning on the YouTube to some educational videos like Khan Academy, or even just a documentary, and then I'll sleep on the video to pick it up, and I've been sleeping a whole lot better because in the past I used to think sleep was a big waste of time, right? I'd rather be mingling with others, or at one point I was joining dating websites from other countries, and obviously in different time zones, and then I would hope to meet somebody from another country. I had some I have some issues with the culture of the United States. I want to marry somebody from out of the country and gain her citizenship, and so I would get really involved with stuff like that. I never wanted to sleep. I just felt like it was a big waste of time. But now that I have this other perspective of how much I can learn in my sleep, it's been good. A few weeks ago, I had listened to another documentary about whether or not COVID-19 could be transmitted sexually, and it couldn't. And they were talking about how only the antibodies of COVID-19 would be detected in your sexual fluids, which is kind of weird. How do you have sex with somebody from more than 6 feet away, right? They didn't seem to address. I guess you could put on a mask and all that. And so I was listening to this, I was half asleep, and then I dreamt that maybe we should have sex with people who have COVID-19 and pick up their antibodies. It might give you at least some temporary immunity to COVID-19, right? So I started dreaming about maybe just going to the hospital because people were bored from having COVID-19 and just have sex with them, right? Obviously, it's not a very pleasant thing to think about, but it helped me digest what I was hearing on the news a whole lot better than if I were listening to it while I was awake. And so now I really love my sleep. It's almost like when I go to sleep, it's almost like going into some kind of like a classroom. You know, I get to learn these things a whole lot more intensely than I do when I'm awake.